Alright, we're gonna have to visit White Spring service entrance, White Spring bunker to get a key card. So to get the mission going, you have to actually visit the White Spring bunker and follow the pretty much follow my character to initiate the nuclear key card mission, which is search and destroy. Um, you can actually watch the bot travel on the map to figure out where it's heading, and then you can fast travel to the next destination and ambush it. I thought I was gonna be able to ambush it pretty good on the monorail system, but that son of a gun actually kept hiding from me. Even though I got him quite a bit, uh, ended up uh, ended up hiding and traveling out of my range quite a bit. And this is a automatic machine gun, submachine gun with a very well mid-range. I would say mid-range weapon, maybe even short range, because I kind of configure it for more watts usage than an actual hand aiming. There's no scope or anything, so I kind of realized I was not gonna get him here. So then I kind of look at the map for a few seconds and figure out where it was traveling towards, and eventually wised up and fast travel to that next destination, which happened to have a tower, allow me to actually climb up on the tower to get a little bit of a height advantage too, because you don't want to be on the ground, you want to be a little bit higher up in the air, because this guy can actually go up in the air quite a bit. So you want to get really close to it when you ambush it, and then unload a heavy heavy fire on it before it can actually escape. Once the cargo bot actually takes a certain amount of damage, it kind of becomes stationary and doesn't go anywhere. It just kind of hovers in the air and waiting for you to finish it, and that's basically the trick. So make sure you have to damage it, I think halfway, maybe 60%, then it basically becomes stationary. But I had this scorch here that I had to deal with, so I'll just kind of like kill him up real quick, and then just go for the cargo bot to get the key card. There's usually a few other items if you care to actually pick them up, but I'm being more selective because I'm really loaded. My character is very heavy. I don't really have a lot of space to carry stuff. Plus my stash box is also almost full. So, and then I'm basically heading by my primary spot. My preference is always the Bravo site, followed by Alpha, and then the last one is Charlie. Um, and if you have a biometric card, I mean, if there should be like a biometric card right around here, at least one or two. If you don't see any, there's a good chance someone has already been to this silo before you have on this server on this day. So another server would be different. But I was able to actually find it in the living quarters and then kind of grabbed it. So first you basically have to erase the biometric card. So you come back to this room. I always close the door behind me. I don't want any robots seeing me getting in and out or sliding cars or whatever. This part is actually invisible. I'm using the Chinese stealth armor, so even then, once in a while these laser turrets will actually detect me. I don't know how, but and if they become cautious, you want to stop and don't move till they actually just kind of like go into a non-alert mode again. I always choose the one on the side of the door. That way I figured if a robot comes into this room, they have a less chance of seeing you going through this little full scan, body scan. And then once the scan is done, first you erase the card, then you get a full body scan, and then you go back to the same device where you erase the biometric card to actually uh, have a fake one develop for you. So basically you're gonna have the same card reprogrammed. Again, I close the door, make sure nobody follows you, and then you just kind of like fabricate a new card. And once it's done, I'm at the Bravo site. Just gonna give you a heads up on the map. And this is where you came in. And the second one on the left will be is where you're going to scan the newly developed card, processed or configured card through this slide. Don't try to get in the computer, just slide it through that little card reader. That way you don't give away your stealth mode, and that'll actually neutralize the threat and the alarm, and then you'll be able to go through these doors. And at this point, I mean, overall, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. It all depends on how lucky you get with certain security keys and security doors and the enemies and then how many robots get dispatched at the silo at the very end. So a variation, it could be anywhere from basically like 9 to 10 minutes I would say at the very minimum, and then you're probably looking more realistically at 13 to 14 minutes. So I'm basically in stealth mode. This guy is blocking, there's nothing you can do, you can just kill him and move on. And then you don't really want to engage with the robots. If you don't really have to, you just kind of like sneak past him. Again, I was actually very casual during this run. As soon as you get into this chamber, you go left and then look for the first door that's locked, skill 3. I pick the door, and then once you get in here, I'm kind of rushing, and today is actually the day I was actually recording this video. I was actually sick. I was coming down with some sort of a flu, pretty gnarly flu, which was about a week and a half ago. So I'm just barely getting over it. If you see these laser turrets, you want to take them out. They're not only running. There are three of them. One behind here as well, and then another one at the other corner. So take them out with these 3 laser turrets. So that way you can come to this computer and you pretty much playing a little guessing game. I'm usually good at guessing the passwords based on how many I got right or wrong, but you're better off just kind of like going through 2 or 3, and hopefully you get lucky. If you don't, and if you don't have the perk where it actually automatically resets the computer for you after you fail 4 times, it locks it out. I have that perk actually. It lets me go again and again. So, but still, I usually go 3 times. I'm kind of pretending that you don't have that perk. So you go 3 times, and if you don't get it right, don't enter the 4th time. Just escape out of this screen, and then it'll basically reset the clock. If you basically get a brain fart, you cannot figure out what the password is. Sometimes I'm good. I have time, but again, I'm actually standing up when I'm doing this, so my Chinese stealth armor is useless. Once or twice I actually seen one of those assault drones actually came and ambushed me, because they saw me from the outside and they actually ambushed me, and they almost got me. So here you confirm the override, and that makes it easy for you. You don't have to deal with the radiation chamber and going through and fixing all these pipes. So that's basically shortcut number 1. And then as soon as you get in here, you jump up through that little forklift, and you want to position your power armor in such a distance. Pay attention to the distance here, and it is in relation to the little push cart next to it, and then it'll basically let you jump into the power armor, and then you don't really have to keep walking with the power armor. I just go a few feet. I usually get out of it so I can just continue being in the sneak mode in this Chinese stealth armor, and then I just kind of run through. As you're passing through this gate, you want to be careful and sneak, but there's usually a laser turret here. If you see it busted up, that's another sign that somebody has been here before on this server, on this silo, at that day. Sometimes check the map. Sometimes you'll see another person on the same silo that's visible. They may be ahead of you, they may be behind you, I don't know. But yeah, if you made it all the way down here and you don't see anybody, then you're the one ahead. Then you basically just take him out. I usually just try to clear out as many of these robots before I initiate the launch protocol. especially the assault drones. I want to take them out. If there are no robots, take out the laser turrets. They will be a hindrance. They will be kind of annoying to the robots. So I clear the immediate area, start the, the process because the robots are really slow. They take forever to get to this mission control. So I basically just kind of like continue clearing the area as the robots are dragging their fat asses all the way down to their desks, to their launch sections. So this is the main guy. See, there's another dead one there. That means somebody came before I did and they did a lousy job. They couldn't protect it. Usually I don't have anyone get killed. I usually protect them all pretty well. And I'm in a sneak mode. And I usually just station up here right next to the main guy, and I don't have a lot of robots come out. Once in a while, I don't know, I'll still have about maybe a dozen or so come out, but most of the time I get lucky and I only get like maybe half a dozen come out. Um, Again, and the faster the robots do their job, the faster you can complete this process. Um, Yeah, you just kind of wait to find a good position. Always stay in the crouch position. Even if you don't have the stealth armor, be in the sneak mode or sneak position. That'll lessen the number and the times of robots you are likely to get. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So um, and then once you're done with the process, uh, you're going to I will put the link to the website where I get the codes, the launch codes, so I don't really have to go worry about decrypting the silo codes each week. It's just annoying. It's like I don't have time for that. I've done it enough once or twice, and that was just painful already, and I don't have the patience for it. So I kind of just get around to it. So make sure you slide the left side, the card first, nuclear card. Obviously, you want to come here with a nuclear card at the very least one card. And when you're entering the launch code on the right side, if you enter, take your time, enter it correctly. If you enter any digits incorrectly, other than the very last digit, escape out of the launch pad screen or window, so that'll basically reset it for you automatically. So in a few seconds I'm gonna actually slide my nuclear card, and then it takes the card in, and then when you're entering here, however many digits it was, I forgot, 9 or 10 numbers. If you enter any of the numbers other than the last one incorrectly, then escape out of that window and then go back into it and start entering it, and you should be okay. And that's pretty much it. And then when you're done, just fast travel to your wherever you want to go. That's pretty much it. Enjoy, guys. And I'll put the link to the site in the notes section.